Hello, good morning. Um, I'd like to show you like a demonstration of how you can use robotic process automation in dividend or script management. Now, this will mostly be relevant to investment bankers or people who manage large portfolios or numbers of them who are having trouble with, you know, timeliness, accuracy, ease of doing dividend reconciliation. Now, script management is kind of tricky, especially when you're buying and selling a lot. So, if you're not careful, you might miss out on some of the things you are owed if you are not very, very diligent in watching the bottom line. So, personally, I've worked in investment banking before, so I have firsthand experience of it. I used to be a fund manager, as a matter of fact. But what I'm getting at is that if you have thousands of portfolios you're managing personally, and maybe your software is not all that great at doing this, or even if you have good software, you still have to like figure out, okay, have I received all the dividends due to me on this portfolio? Now, in a country like Nigeria, for example, um, there's still a lot of dividends being mailed out, right? Checks being mailed out for dividends. Um, and even if you do have like bank you've told the registrars to send your dividend to a bank, you still have to take the time to check and make sure that every penny due to you has been received. So all of that is kind of a pain, and not to mention that you have to be quite diligent, or you might miss something. So what I'm about to show you is I made a robot that sort of makes this very easy, straightforward. Now, what are you going to need to operate this robot? I've tried to make it as simple as possible. You're going to need like an Excel sheet. These are the three inputs you're going to need. You're going to need everything is in Excel sheets. You're going to need one Excel sheet that basically you can download from your software, your ERP, portfolio management software, and that report will have all the trades you have made on the particular portfolio, and it might look something like this, right? So this is one portfolio. First transaction was buy First Bank 10,000 units, back in 2016, right? And then if I scroll to the end, you see that if you count the rows, there are about 1,172 transactions in this, which is a lot of transactions. But of course, in an investment banking house, they do a lot more than that. So you need this that basically summarizes all the trades, buy, sell, incoming bonuses, that sort of thing. That's one. Then you need another sheet that basically summarizes which companies have announced their dividends, uh, when are they due, like something like this. Which company has announced their dividend, when is it due? So this one is ABC, 2 Kobo. They declared it on 31st of March, and you qualify if you're holding the stocks on 26/5/2023, right? So you need that, which is quite basic. Uh, Everybody can access it, and if you can't, the robot will go and gather that information for you and put it together too. That's not a problem. Not much of a problem anyway. And then the third thing you need is, of course, the bank statements where the dividends go into. Right? So it might look something like this. Um, these are all the dividends that came in. For example, this one that I'm highlighting is from Flour Mills. 3,000 naira came in from Flour Mills. You can see the narrative is very long, and it's actually a bit busy. For you to even figure out where is it from, it's a lot of work. So this is Flour Mill here. That's how I know. But it's a very long narrative. So you need those three things. These three things. And what this robot will do is it will. I'm going to close them now. I don't think I need to save anything. Um, I'm going to close them now. I'm not going to go through how the robot works. I'm just going to show you the functionality. I've shown you the three inputs now, right? And from an operational perspective, all you need to do is hit run, right? Once you do that, um, the robot is going to pick up that transaction history, the one with 1172 transactions in it, uh, and look at the dividends due. So what it does is it will check, there's a long list of dividends due. So we'll find out which stocks do you even have in this portfolio that are relevant to all the dividends that have been declared this year from all companies. So we'll do that. Then it will calculate how much were you holding as at the day you qualified for those dividends. And then after it does that, it will calculate, of course, how much is due. In Nigeria, there's a 10% tax or so, thereabouts, that the government takes out before it gets to you. So it will calculate the net dividend due. Then if you go into the bank statements, read through it and figure out, okay, did I receive any of those dividends that are due to me? And then anyone it finds, it will prepare a report and say, okay, these are all the dividends you're due. And this is what I saw after searching the bank statement. So you'll be able to see in a very, very short time. Takes 3 to 4 minutes, at most 5 minutes to do this. Um, and it will prepare a report for you that tells you how much you've received and how much you haven't received, very quickly. So in a moment, it'll be done. That there isn't much to see um, because I've programmed it to work in the background. So we'll just wait for 3 minutes or 4 minutes. And when that's over, um, you'll have your report. Again, it doesn't look like it's doing anything, but it's furiously working in the background. So while we're waiting so you don't get bored, I'll just go over the functionalities. Um, okay, you can see it doing some brief calculations. Um, so here it is calculating, preparing a summary. And you don't really have to see all of this. I'm the one who programmed it that way. Sometimes it'll do everything in the background without bothering you. So as I was saying, what does it do? It reads through the transaction history, computes holding as at closure date, extracts all the dividends announced that are relevant to this portfolio. Number three, calculates net dividends. Number four, it reads through the bank statements to find out the amounts that have been received, the actual amounts versus expected amounts, and then it provides you a report, the discrepancies or differentials. And then it leaves everything in such a way that if you wanted to like manually look over it, you'll find it really easy to do that. A lot easier than if you had to do it all yourself. Okay, I think we're approaching the end now. It's preparing its final report. So I think I made a little bit of a. So this took 6 minutes, actually quite a long time this time. Took 6 minutes. Um, so I should have put a delay here, but that's irrelevant. It took about 6 minutes to do this. And what has it done? It has prepared this report for you. So you have here that these are the stocks in your portfolio that are relevant. Now, if you remember, this sheet was empty before this stock purchase history. Now, it has checked that okay, of all the stocks in this portfolio, this is the one that these are the ones that are relevant, right? out of all the long list of dividends, because there are more than 30 stocks that have declared dividends this year. But it's only preparing the ones relevant to this portfolio inside this portfolio. So it goes ahead and extracts how much is due. If I can make this a little bigger, right? And then it calculates net dividend, how much were you holding on that day, what is due to you, and it also went through the bank statements. Didn't find anything for ABC or for ICO or Burger, but it found something for custodian, right? So it read through and it found out, okay, on 13th of April, this amount is due. And if you look at the differential, you find that it's exactly what is expected a lot of the time. 100%, well, I would say not 100% of the time, but this is like $13, uh, sorry, 13 naira more than was expected. But the point is, for all the ones that it did find an entry, you'll see that the robot calculated the amount due correctly. So what you have here is a situation where it took 5 minutes to figure out, or 6 minutes to figure out where you stand on this portfolio. So you're supposed to get about 100,000 in dividends. You've only seen 28,000 so far, according to the bank statement. And then you can just pick up the phone or whatever and say, hey, Mr. Registrar, how come I don't have my dividends yet, right? It's a very, very simplified process from here on out, because all you need to do now is take action, right? Um, so if I look through this account statement, and this says that, for example, I'm just going to look for Nigerian breweries, right? I don't know if that's the simplest one, but I'm going to look through with a search for Nigerian breweries. Let me see. Oopsie daisy. So next. So when is this? I don't know, what is this date? This is 2021. So you look through all of that. This is see, even just looking for the actual dividend manually using Excel is a bummer, but of course you won't do it this way. So let's see now. So what is this? This is 2022. So I think we'll be closer to home now. This is 2022. 2022. 2022. So what is this now? You know what? I think I'm just gonna, because it's taking longer, the narrative, I'm gonna look for this figure. It's at 3190.73. Hope if I'm lucky, there's only one of such around. Oops. So here we are. Here's the figure. And as you can see, this is Nigerian breweries. And you can see this is 26th of April 2023. So it went through hundreds of transactions to figure out the relevant ones without you needing to open this Excel sheet once, right? So that's kind of how it works. Again, this is just a demo, but imagine if you had 1,000 of such portfolios. You could be sleeping at night and it would do this for you, and the next morning you know where you're at, you know where you stand, and you're able to take action. And so I hope you've gotten a clear understanding of how robotic process automation can help you in dividend reconciliation. Of course, you can talk to me more if you have any specialized needs. This is just like a demonstration and an example, if you like, of how it could be useful. Obviously, people use different investment banking softwares, and the reports come out differently, and some of those things need to be taken into consideration. But nothing is the thing about RPA is that it's industry agnostic, it's software agnostic, it's it's able to work with any of your softwares. Another thing that I think I would like to add before I conclude is that now that I have gotten the information for which dividends arrived into my bank, I can also do you the favor of actually the robot can enter it into your portfolio management software for you that, okay, on 13th of April, for example, I got this amount for custodian and enter it. So I can do all of that. So I'm looking forward to hearing comments and feedback from people who might be having a bit of a challenge in this area of dividend or script management. And so we can talk about how we can help you solve some of these problems. Thank you for watching and have a blessed week ahead.